Hello, Earth Tribe. Welcome to my channel, Sky Above, Earth Below. My name is Renee, and you're watching a collective reading for the full moon in Virgo, March 18th, 2022. So although this reading captures the energy of this full moon, it is a timeless reading, so you can watch this video whenever the universe presents it to you, and you feel intuitively drawn to do so. Also, although this full moon happens to be in the sign of Virgo, you don't need to be Virgo for this reading to apply. This reading is for all astrological signs collectively. So if you're new to working with the lunar cycles, harnessing the moon's energy is a powerful way to manifest and create your desired life. I love working with the lunar cycles to incorporate magic and ritual into my life. At the full moon, we recognize the mid-lunar cycle and the pinnacle of its roundness and brightness. So from this point on, the moon becomes smaller, and that is why it's a powerful time for releasing. If you set intentions at the previous new moon, this full moon would be a good time to reflect on what may be standing in your way of your goals and desires. You can write, say, or visualize any potential blocks leaving you. You can also set new intentions at any point in the lunar cycle, so don't feel limited in how you use the moon's energy, but the various moon phases do have a unique power of their own, and so you can harness those powers as you like. If you're interested in using the rhythm of the lunar cycles to manifest, I encourage you to find a way to connect with the moon in simple or elaborate ways, but particularly in ways that allow you to do so regularly. So, what do we have to look forward to in this full moon in Virgo? That is the reading for today. Up next, there is a meditative shuffle and the reading to follow. You can navigate as you wish using the timestamps below. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and I hope you enjoy your reading. Hello everyone, welcome to this reading for the full moon in Virgo, March 18th, 2022. So I would like to just apologize in advance for the noise, if there's any noise that you hear in the background. This is my second recording of this video because my neighbor crashed his car into another neighbor's yard not too long ago. And so there's a vacuum outside cleaning the glass and dogs barking, and I just am taking this as a little bit of a synchronicity. I'm hoping that everyone out there is staying safe. The neighbor is fine, no one's hurt, and the dogs are fine. So, but you know, it seems like a full moon out there. I just hope everyone is safe wherever you are and taking good care. All right, so I'm going to dive into this reading now. Okay, so centering your reading is the Destroyer card. This could mean a lot of things, but what I'm getting from it, from the cards surrounding it, is that you are making the decision to cut off something from your life. We have the Queen of Swords energy. We have the Sovereignty card. We have the Seven of Cups clarifying the Destroyer card, which says that once whatever it is that you are removing from your life is gone, that you have a lot of options. As we know, the Queen of Swords is someone who is not afraid to cut something out. And so her energy is standing out strong to me, and doing so in a way that is empowering, because she's clarifying the sovereignty card, the Queen of the Moon. And also the sovereignty card is number 41, reducing to a 5, which signifies big change. So the Destroyer card, the number 5 sovereignty card, are telling me that this is big change that you have made consciously. The Queen of Swords is very thoughtful and discerning about what belongs, what is appropriate, what is okay for her in her life. So that is telling me that the Destroyer card has to do with something you have removed, or that you are about to remove from your life. And perhaps you are in decision-making mode about this as well, because we do have the Two of Swords card, which talks about indecision. It could also talk about just cloudiness, maybe not knowing which direction to take, in the sense that when we have the Seven of Cups next to it, it could be that there are a lot of options, and so there may be a lot of choices to weigh. There may be a lot of things to think about in order to decide about this choice. But I see that you are making this choice because of the sovereignty card. It feels to me like whatever you're doing, it's going to bring about a sense of strong interpersonal strength, a sense of centeredness and knowing yourself, and also the decision to self-rule, to claim your power. With the Two of Swords, this is actually clarifying the Weight of the World card above it. It says boundaries, let it go, it's not yours to carry. So to me, this feels like letting something go that has to do with you setting boundaries about something or to someone, and perhaps feeling some sort of guilt or shame or any sort of negative emotion that could come about from your situation that has to do with letting something go. When we let something go purposefully, we're consciously making the choice to do something like that. And so that can bring about feelings from other people or pressure from the outside world to conform, or to not rock the boat, or to not be the difficult one. And I see that with the Destroyer card that you have a lot of determination to act upon this need to cut something out of your life. I don't see the outside world having too much influence on your decision, but there could be something emotional that keeps you there, because we have her in the water, and that's the water is all about emotions. So it could be something that you're tied to emotionally that you're having trouble letting something go. On the outside of this reading, over here we have the Spirit of Gratitude, and we have the Nine of Pentacles clarifying. So to me, this says that whatever you're going toward, which includes the letting go of or the cutting off of something in your life, you're headed towards your wish fulfillment. The Nine of Pentacles is the wish fulfillment card. It's a manifestation card. It's dreams coming to reality. So you have brought yourself to a place of following your dream, manifesting it. And the Spirit of Gratitude card The Spirit of Gratitude card signifies the energy that is required or that has been required of you in order to manifest these Nine of Pentacles. If you haven't manifested your Nine of Pentacles yet, it's coming. And having gratitude along the way is going to keep your frequency raised and your ability to keep moving forward in that direction. We also have on the back of the deck here, gratitude twice. So I feel, and this is the number 5, 23 reducing to a 5, so major change as well, which can come about with a sense of gratitude. So really cultivating that, all the little blessings, thinking of all the little things you have to be grateful for, that you appreciate, that bring beauty to your life, that fulfill you in big and small ways. So over here we have the emotions are running high card, clarified by the Four of Pentacles, and sitting next to the Queen of Swords. So what I'm getting from this is that there's something that you are highly protective of that has something to do with whatever you have cut out of your life. So you have a protective energy around you, and there could be some high emotions around that. This is saying that there are certain things that you are leaving with, or that you want to leave with, and that you are protecting. And because it's associated with the sovereignty and the Queen of Swords card, to me this has to do with your sense of purpose. You've taken time to process and discern that whatever it is you are taking with you is important to you, and that it's part of your boundaries, part of your truth, part of your direction, part of your bottom line. So this is a really quick message, and I'm feeling like this is more of just an energy check of where you guys are at collectively. Since this reading is fairly to the point, I'd like to talk about the back of the deck energies, because I feel like it has to do with advice for you. So here, with the Starseed Oracle, we have big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. So I feel like this has to do with your Nine of Pentacles. I feel like with the Destroyer card and this visionary, this is talking about being a visionary or having inspired ideas. I feel that you're moving towards something big. It's a big plan that you have. Big ideas coming to life for you. And the cards are saying to keep going with that. Keep envisioning the big picture. Because you could be wrapped up here with the Two of Swords. And that could be, it says here, it's the weight of the world. It's weighing you down. So having boundaries, doing what you need to do to let something go. It's saying it's not yours to carry. So sometimes this can be a really hard lesson, especially for empaths. There's a strong desire to want to help others and want to fix the situation. And sometimes that isn't always the healthiest thing to do. We might do that initially as an empathic person, but then discernment needs to come in, as you have seen here with the Queen of Swords, and I feel like you're already aware of this because of that. But the discernment is important because you can't keep trying to fix someone or some situation. At some point, the person or the situation, it sort of needs to resolve itself. Once we become overly involved, then that's about ego. So we may not necessarily be aware that that's a product of needing to control the situation or feeling out of control, and so wanting to control the situation or a person. But we really have to allow others to take their own path, to stay in that situation if that's what they want to do, stay in their energy, not do what other people are thinking they should do. Each person has their own will, their own decisions to make, their own life to live. And while we can try to help someone initially, it's really important that we understand when we've gotten our ego involved to allow ourselves to take a step back so that that situation or that person can come to terms with what they need on their own for themselves. Because truly, each of us only knows what's right for ourselves. Other people do not have the vantage point that we do. As individuals, each person knows the ins and outs of our personal thoughts, feelings, perceptions. And so when others think that they know more about your life, or you think that you know more about someone else's life than they do, that's just not true. There will always be things we don't know about someone else's situation. We will never know all of what they've experienced, how they feel, what they think, what their options are, what they want to do, things they may not be saying. We don't know any of that. So it's important that we allow others to go through their own process and to be in touch with themselves. When someone is listening to other people's advice, the idea is that they listen, consider it, and then decide for themselves if that's right for them. And so that's the approach that we need to take so that we aren't overly investing with our egos, so that we are not taking on the weight of the world, which is not ours to carry. Other people need to go down their own path, their own road, their own healing, their own awareness, their own timeline. So if you can come to terms with the fact that it's not your responsibility to heal someone, to go above and beyond to fix a situation that isn't going to be fixed because it's not all in your control, then we can understand that there is an ability to take a step back, to look at the big picture, and realize that others have their path, we have our path, and we each travel how we see fit for our own life. And that is what sovereignty is all about. So as you carve your way to your new life, your new world that you're creating, I just want to read the quote that was in the book for this Destroyer card, because it's relevant to what I'm saying right now. This is a quote from Picasso. It says, "Every act of creation is first of all an act of destruction." So, with the destruction of the situation that you're in, the letting go, the cutting off of something or someone, that is destruction and creation. So that's what that quote is about, is because you are literally creating a new situation, a fork in the road, a turning point, a new life, a new timeline. So destruction and creation have a lot to do with each other. And that in itself could help you, if you're looking at it from the big picture, to understand that letting go is okay. That allowing others to take their own journey, even if you wish they could be there with you or wish they could come with you wherever you're going, we have to allow others to do their thing. So, another card, back of the deck energy, advice card, body and soul, also a number 5. This is telling me that you are entering a place where you are in alignment with your authenticity, aligning your body and soul. And when you do that, that's what allows manifestation. With the 9 of Pentacles, you're bringing ideas, thought forms into reality. And if you haven't done this yet, if you haven't made the decision to cut something out of your life, being in alignment with your authentic self, with your heart, this is what's going to help you manifest. Gratitude is definitely a feeling of the heart. That can get you to that alignment really quickly. If you can truly feel it and truly center on it, if you can even just place your hands on your heart. It's such a simple act. It may feel strange, but there's something energetically about that act that does connect you to your heart. So if you can create a practice of that, because gratitude is so emphasized in this reading, hand over heart practice might be really good for you. Wanted to also point out the back of the deck energy of the Moonology Oracle. It says, you are good enough, full moon in Virgo. And so this is kind of amazing because today is the full moon in Virgo. So what an appropriate card to come up in your reading. Also, just a sweet message to remind you that you are good enough, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, whatever it is that you're trying to do to create your new life, to step up to your self-power, to make wise and bold decisions for yourself, to protect whatever you need to do, to bring yourself in alignment with your path. Okay? Maybe doing something to manage the emotions, having the sense of gratitude, coming back to your heart, grounding yourself. Over here, maybe taking a bath, salt bath even. So lastly, what I'm seeing in your reading, back of the deck energy here is 3 of Pentacles. And what I'm getting from this is that whatever you're creating here, it's leading to a sense of community. And that could be something that is motivating you to move forward, seeking out a new community, maybe like-minded folks, people who resonate with you. Since you are removing things from your life, you're also going toward new things, new people, new situations, potentially even new places. So your new life is going to entail creating new community. Okay, so this is a really concise reading, and before I go, though, I just wanted to draw a couple more cards, just because I feel like it was a very straightforward message, basically an energy check, but I'd like to just do a couple more cards, one from the Essential Oil deck and the other from The Universe Has Your Back. the advice for the collective for the new moon? Sorry, for the full moon in Virgo, March 18th, 2022. What is the advice? Thank you. Happiness is my birthright. I think that this probably couldn't be more fitting. When we're making decisions to remove things from our life, isn't that why we're doing it? So, happiness, that's the key. Happiness is your birthright. What is the advice for the collective? Thank you. It says, harmony. Trigger statement, I am boiling over. True statement, I allow myself to feel. Give yourself space to decompress and take time to nurture your mind, body, and spirit. Allow emotions to surface and release. So over here we have the emotions are running high card. So this feels like, advice for that. When you have to be a Queen of Swords, when you have to stand in your truth and power, that's not always an easy thing to do. And it could involve blocking out emotions or compartmentalizing or pushing away emotions that are clearly running high. And this is saying to take time and space to decompress and to let it out and just allow your emotions to flow and surface and release. There's a balance, right? So when we have to stand in our Queen of Swords and in our sovereignty, that's part of the balance. There's like an ebb and flow to our strength, our courage, doing the things that are necessary for our lives, then flowing back, allowing how we feel, connecting with the sense of gratitude, letting go because we know it's good for us and because happiness is our birthright. Feeling because feeling is the healthiest way to process and to be able to let go of emotions so they don't get stuck in our bodies. So that is what I'm seeing for this reading, for this full moon in Virgo. All right, so if this resonated, please give it a thumbs up and a comment below. Subscribe and hit the bell if you'd like to get notified of my future videos. Information about how to book a reading with me is in the description box, as well as links to donate and to all the decks I use in my readings. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. May the power of this full moon bring about the shift needed to manifest all that is in your heart. Thank you all for connecting with me today. I'm sending you all grounding energy and love, and I'll see you at my next reading.